So for the entire year, I've been waiting for this. Check this out. Look at this here. Big update today. Big breakout candle with a big volume spike. What's going on there? Also, the S&P and the Nasdaq. Oh my goodness. Big down day. What's going on there? Did you listen to my warning when it comes to the fear and greed index? Did you listen to my warning when I said so many investors are greedy right now, you want to stay away? Also, what's going on with the Dow Jones? The Dow Jones is about to break up to all-time new highs. What's going on there? Also, the silver and gold through here, and also gold. Oh my goodness, big update when it comes to gold. Also, there is one market here right now, this market that I'm looking at right now. Look at this here, nothing going on, and I believe this is the next market to have a really big move. And no, it's not the health sector, it's another sector out there. And also, I want to share with you, something happened with my mate who's a boxer, and something really big, interesting happened from there. And I want to share this story with you because he literally almost stopped. And if he didn't, and because he didn't stop, just something amazing happened. Something amazing has happened with my mate, and it's such a story to help you with your personal trading. So let's get straight into it, guys. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. So to start off with today's update for you guys, let's have a look at this here. So I want to start off with the Russell. The Russell is indeed the market, right, is getting ready to have a big move. And the really weird and really interesting thing about what's happening right now, guys, is there's a massive disconnect across all these indices. Dow Jones, Nasdaq, that's me gonna sneeze, by the way. Dow Jones, Russell, Nasdaq, and S&P, there's actually a disconnect between it, right? So we can no longer say the market is, right? Because they're all in different phases, aren't they? It's like the Russell right now. Oh my goodness. Do you see what I see right now? What's going on with the Russell? We're about to see a really big move, right? And then, but the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, I've been giving you warnings about that for the last few videos to say, guys, you remember this one, right? You remember this fear and greed index with the Paul and Kutz. If you watched yesterday's video, I talked about this here. Say, guys, stay away, right? Eject. So, and that's what happened to the stock market, and then the Dow Jones doing that. It's just like, oh my goodness. So to start off with, guys, firstly, there's so many amazing opportunities right now, right? I just got into a couple of good trades. I mean, 3 amazing trades right now. 3 amazing trades right now. Oh my goodness. Now they're on individual markets. And if you would like to learn exactly my trading system and what I use, right, then first thing in the description, join my next webinar, guys. I'll teach you my trading system for free. I'll show you how I scan the markets. And also I'll show you the blueprint of how I actually went from losing money, $250,000, to making money. But looking at the actual Russell here, look at this here. Look at this Russell, right? So this is something I've been waiting for. And if you've been following me now for this last year, you know that I've been being a big proponent of the Russell. And this could be the time we get going. Oh my goodness. I've been waiting for this, right? I've been waiting for this. Now, what is this? When I'm looking at the actual markets, itself, we can see here that the Russell has been one of those markets that has been continuing to show strength, but it's like a bit of a hose, right? It's like it's been squeezing up, and then bam, break. Look what the Russell did today. Look at this big up. Now this is the IWM, which is the ETF for the Russell. This is the Russell 2000 index, as you can see, right? And then we had a big up day, but look at this volume spike. Look at this massive volume spike. What's that telling you? That's telling you, guess what? Oh my goodness, there's a lot of buyers coming into this level here, right? So this is something for me and my private clients, right? I've been telling them that wanted this, even on people on YouTube, right? Now, here's the thing. The big thing about the Russell is, check this out. This is where it gets so awesome. Check this out. So we have this point all through here, right? We did nothing through here. Then we broke up, and now we did nothing through here. Now look what's happening. Now, here's where it gets really awesome, right? This is the massive calm. I've been waiting for this for the entire year for this to happen. And talk about being patient. Remember, one thing I realized, guys, is we need to be patient for these really good trades. Now, here's the thing. This is the thing, right? This is the thing, right? The thing. Here's the thing. When I see this here, I've been waiting this entire year. Basically, this entire year, I've been waiting for this. And here we go. It's starting. Now, what is that? If we have a look at this here, right? We have what? Low, higher low, and a higher low. What is that? The trend. The trend is your friend until the end, right? Hear me, bear with me, okay? Bear with me. So we've been making higher lows. So even though the Russell's been very, very quiet this year, the buyers have been still slowly making these higher lows and higher lows. And then look what happened today. Bam, big up day with a big massive volume spike. What is that telling you? After a period of nothing going on for 6 months, actually more like a couple of years, more like 2-3 years, if you're going to go back to what happened, for the last couple of years. But in this entire year, I've been waiting for this. It's starting, right? And that is, look at that big up bar with volume here. Here we go, right? We're starting to move. And the big thing for me with the Russell is this. Check this out. This is where it gets really, really, really awesome. Look at this here. So we've had this massive resistance all through here, and now we're pushing up. If we do get a little bit more follow through, which I believe we will, looking at that volume there, guess where we're likely to have a move to? We're likely to have a race up to here, right? A race up to here. Now, if you actually watched my trailer video, there's a trailer video that I have of my YouTube channel. I talked about S&P. That's actually happened. I talked about gold. That's pretty much happened. And now I also talked about the Russell and why I believe I said the Russell actually at $300. Right, so I've always had a target of 300 on the Russell. I've just been waiting for the right time. And this is a big lesson for you, okay? If you're trading the markets, okay, if you're trading the markets, do not just get in early, right? Have some sort of trigger point to say, right, now there's a high probability of us starting the move, right? So while I've been really watching and waiting, I've been expecting this Russell to go, I've been waiting for something to tell me, right? Which is basically my system. This is basically how I trade, right? I trade with the trend. I'm waiting for when there's nothing going on, and then I'm waiting for the breakout, right? What's also known as the L-shaped pattern. But look at this level here. It's important to have some sort of thing here. So anyway, looking at the Russell here, guys, low, higher low, higher low, higher low, buyers in control, and now we're getting a break to the upside as well too. This is really, 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 really bullish, right? And as you can see, look at this here, from this low point to this high point. Look what happened. 50 to 60% held smack right on there. Small bars, small bars, small bars. Bam! Here we go. And now the breakout. Are you seeing this? Are you getting this, right? This is about being... Now, talk about patience in the market, right? This reminds me a lot of my gold trade. If you remember my gold trade back at the start of the year. Now, I'm not saying the same thing's going to happen because, and I'm not telling you what I actually did with this one here, but... the gold trade, right? The gold actually, I had to wait 4 months for an entry signal, right? So that's why I've always said, guys, like I'm always watching this entire market through here, and this market here right now has squeezed up, and now it looks like we're getting ready to have this breakout. Now we're getting above those highs through there, as you can see, and now we're just starting to a big up bar through there with a big massive volume. We might get a little bit of a movement, like a bit of a fart assing around. But this is, to me, this is the start of a really, really, really big move to come. And at least I see this thing starting to... Where's previous highs? All right. Again, I actually have a 300 target up there. So anyway, that's my target from there. So how do I actually get the 300 target on the Russell, right? Now again, I'm saying 300 target. I don't know how it's going to get there. I'm confident it's going to get there, right? So hear me out. When it comes to this trading here, right? This gets so awesome, right? When it actually comes down to this trading here, I'm very confident on where this is going. And how do I get that? Let me just bring up this big long-term weekly charts here. Big long-term weekly charts. Firstly, this is monthly charts. This is the big long-term monthly chart. Why have I always had a $300 target? And why do I believe this is the start of an incredible move? On the back, now again, guys, when I say incredible move, I mean that we may go up for a few days, and then it may go sideways for a week, and then may go up and then go sideways for 2 weeks, and then You see what that's what I mean by an incredible move, right? Not just rocket ship to the upside. Well, it may do that. I hope it does. but I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting, you know, for it to... Now, how did I get the $300 target here? Firstly, I'm always looking at... My first rule is trend analysis, and I'm looking at strong trend, right? Now, what is strong trend? Strong trend for me is 50% Fibonacci retracements. So if I look at the entire move from the low to the high, I can see on this big long-term monthly charts that we had what? Massive support overall at where? The 50% level. And see what's been holding here, right? So a minute ago, what did I do? I just went to the short term, didn't I? See the short term analysis? Nothing going on for the last couple of years. Bam, breakout. Here we go. Right? Small picture, right? This for traders, like if you really want to become a good at this thing, combining the multiple time frames to see the big long-term trends and then the short-term picture and then getting the entry signal. Again, guys, join my webinar, link below. I teach you the exact setup I look for. And there's so many amazing things that's happening right now. Anyway, so right at the level of support. Now, how did I get the 300 target, right? How did I get the 300 target? The 300 target is what? It's more like, it's just to me to get a rough idea where this is likely to go. Overall, this is probably overall for the next 6 months, right, guys? 6 months, not tomorrow, right? Is a 1-to-1 projection. All that simply means is I'm going to measure from the low to the high, and then we're going to measure to the low. And then I'm going to bring this up here and look where the 1-to-1, that's all I'm doing, right? I'm just using I'm using what's called strong trend. So I'm looking at the big long-term picture here, right? The overall picture. And I'm looking at, this has got now a strong trend. I mean, it came down to 50% and held, and now it's pushing back up again. So it's got strong trend, and it's got the 50% Fibonacci level. And then what tends to happen is when we do get this, there's a high probability the 50% level held, it's now likely to go to a 1-to-1 target. So I'm just using these strong trend, 50% hold, 1-to-1 target. That's where it's likely to go to. Right now, again, this is that's how I got the $300 target from there. Are you getting this? Are you seeing this? Oh my goodness, guys, this is so incredible, right? So if I go back to this level here, now remember that looking at this level here, that's that target up there. Oh, John, that's not going to get there, right? There's so many amazing opportunities, right, guys? There's so many amazing opportunities. If you're out there right now, guys, and you're trying to do this by yourself, and you're trying to win this, and you're not investing in any of your education, what are you doing? You're not wanting to invest in your own education, because there's so many people I see just trying to do this by themselves and not invest. You are literally missing out on millions and millions of dollars in your lifetime of opportunities because you're trying to figure this out yourself, right? Please. Find someone that you know and go deep, right? If it's me, go deep with the stuff that I do, right? Jump on the webinars, right? It's like, learn the stuff, because I promise you there's so many amazing opportunities once you know what to look for. Do you even know what to look for? So what I'm saying here is this, is that I do know there's this previous high up here. So what may happen, and there's a little bit of short-term resistance here. So what may happen is this. We may end up getting up through here, and then we get a big move through here, then we might get something like that, and then we might get a breakout and come through there, right? So we may get a move up for a while, or it may just do something like this for a bit and then start to continue up. Like I'm really confident of the target, I just don't know how, right? But if I'm looking back, it's January 2025. Woo, Russ, the IWM hit 300. Oh my goodness, look at that incredible move, right? So that's what I'm very, very confident in seeing, guys. Again, obviously, you know, there's stops in place, there's risk management in place, because there's no guarantees of any position making a profit. Anyway, I'm just so excited for this, guys, because you guys have been following me for this year. You know that I've been really bullish on the Russell. Now, looking at this here, quick little update across the other markets. Look what happened with the good old stock market today. Down, down, down. Now, remember, guys, I've been giving you guys warning for the last 2 days to say stay away from this thing, even though it's very, very strong, because we're getting massive warning signs like this call and put option down here, which means there's so much greed in the marketplace. When investors become so greedy, we end up getting these really sharp turns, and that's what happened, right? So I hope you heard the warning for the last couple of days, because look what even happened on the Nasdaq, right? The Nasdaq wiped out the last 4 days, and even the Nasdaq 100, right? Look at this here. Big down day from the Nasdaq 100. So to me, I truly believe, looking at this level from here, guys, I truly believe that we're getting ready for a lot more downside to come now. Oh geez, I'm burping all over the place here. I'm burping all over the place. But I believe we're getting ready for a lot more downside to come, right? So that's the first thing I do say. And then the Dow Jones, right? Look at the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones is about to break up to a new high. So this is where, guys, like, if you have such a bias on the view across the entire market, no, you can't be doing that anymore, right? Because guess what? There's so many amazing bearish trades right now in the market, and there's so many amazing bullish trades right now. You just got to know what to look for, right, on the individual stocks. And so if you're just saying, well, their stock market, no. The Dow is this. The Dow's probably going to break out and have a run to 50,000. You guys know, right? Remember, you know, I have a target of 50,000 on the Dow, right? I'll get to that in just a minute, but I have a target of 50,000 on the Dow through there. It's the long-term picture. So the Dow's probably going to break out and have a big move. Industrial's probably going to have a big move. S&P and the Nasdaq's probably going to have a bit more of a correction. The Russell, you see what I'm saying here? Now, the other market is what? Oh my goodness, guys, this is amazing, isn't it? Is what? Yesterday, I talked about what? I talked about the health sector, right? The XLV market, this XLV market. The one market I also want you to keep an eye on for that is getting ready for a really good move, and it's starting to shape up. We're starting to get the bottoming pattern before the next big move is what? The energy sector. Now, not the entire energy sector. Some people say, if you hear what I just said there, I said the energy sector, that doesn't mean, well, I'm just going to go buy any individual stock. No, I'm a chart trader. I'm a pattern trader. The XLE right now, not all the entire energy sector, but the XLE right now is showing the pattern for me that says we're likely, if we continue to bottom out here, we're now likely to see an incredible move to the upside, right? And look at this here. We did absolutely this here. We squeezed up through here. Now guess what happened? Boom, higher high. This could be a significant higher low, and away we go from there. So the XLE is, that's what's happening right now on the XLE there. Now also, I want to share with you on the good old silver market. This silver market right now, guys, is still holding right now, right? Still holding at this triangle pattern here. As you can see, squeezing up. I do believe we're likely to see another move to the upside real soon out of silver. I just don't know when. But again, I wouldn't want to be bearish this market here. And then also looking at the gold market as well. Gold, look at this here. Gold is starting to push to the upside as well. I just don't believe the metals are ready to go yet. I believe we're probably likely to get maybe another. Again, I'm just looking at this level here. So that's that high point up through there. That's that low point through there. I truly believe, guys, that I'm really bullish overall, but we may get a little bit more sideways movement before we get the breakout from here. And what's making me say that is, for me personally anyway, from an actual trading perspective, I always like to wait for the market to pull back to my moving average. Because as you can see, right, whenever we get a pullback to the moving average, it gets going again. Pull back to the moving average, get going again, and wait for the moving average there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I hope that it doesn't break out now, because if it does, then I can't trade it because it doesn't meet my rules. But if it does, then that's what I'm seeing from there as well too. So there we go, traders. I hope that helps you out. Now, what I want to do right now in this video is I want to finish off with a story with what happened with a mate of mine, and I hope this story really resonates with you. And if you want to become good at this thing called trading, what's probably going to happen here? So let me share with you a story with a mate of mine. I'm just so happy for him right now, because I literally just got a text message literally just yesterday about something that happened with a mate of mine. Now, I'm in the combat sports. I'm in the boxing, right? I love the sport. I love boxing. I love like strength training as well too. Like I'm in the strength training. You know, I just recently did a 180 kilos. I did 180 kilo deadlift recently, which was just yesterday, which is almost 400-pound deadlift. So that's the sort of stuff there. I do like, I've got up to recently 100-pound dumbbells, which is 46 kilos. So 100 pounds each side, right? So 46 kilos each side, which is 100 pounds each side, doing bench press for 3 to 5 reps. And so I'm strength training, right? So anyway, so I'm on that through there. That's who I am. I love training. In fact, just doing this video today, I was doing heavy squats, heavy bench press again, and then I finished up with a whole bunch of cardio. Anyway, but I'm into combat sports as well too, right? And one of my teachers, who's been a teacher for me in the combat sports, he's actually a professional fighter, right? So he's a professional fighter. And check out this. This is where I want you to realize with your trading. He's a professional fighter, and what ended up happening was, he actually had a 3-fight contract with this company. The contract was also putting him on pay-per-view cards. So you know how like you pay money to see pay-per-view, especially here in Australia. Guess what? Well, he's actually on those cards, right? He's on the undercards for the main event. And what ended up happening was that through a stream of a draw and then just by like a few points having a loss, he lost his world ranked title in the top 10. He lost his belt, and also he lost his contract to have any more future fights. And at the exact same time, he had a big falling out with his coach coach was with him ever since he was younger. So here he was, complete under, and he almost had to sell his house because he was almost under. And he dug deep. He was going through what's called a winter season in life. Now he had two choices here. He could whinge, whine, complain, or he could say, you know what, I've got to dig deep because over the next 6 to 12 months, I'm going to get myself out of this and I'm going to be to another level. And if he doesn't dig deep and keep going with it, even though it's tough, even though he's working hard, even though he's pushing, even though there's no way he can see a light at the end of the tunnel, he keeps going. Boom. Guess what happened? Guess what happened? Guess what's happened this year for him? Firstly, he joined the new team. Amazing. Secondly, that new team actually got him another 3-fight contract deal. Amazing. Thirdly, his last fight absolutely killed him. Absolutely killed him, right? Won the fight easy. Actually, the other team had to throw in the towel because my mate on the pay-per-view card killed him, right? Killed him. Now, because he fought so well and because he's done so well, there's a really top fighter here in Australia who's got the top Australian belt right now in his weight class. And he's the main event type of card where people pay to come and really see him. Guess what? My mate now is actually fighting him. So my mate is now going to be the main event fight. The main event fight for the Australian title. And a massive and then get back into the world ranking titles. All within 6 months. How amazing that. And I literally just got a mate of mine. I saw it on Facebook, I think it was, or Instagram, with my mate, my boxing mate, who's actually fighting. But then another mate of mine, who we also follow, my other mate, he sent me the text this morning saying this. I'm like, mate, we're definitely going. This is going to be an amazing night. So the purpose of me saying that for you is that's what's going to feel like for you when you're trading, right? You're going to be working and studying and analyzing and seeing this and seeing that and doing this and doing that. And you're going to feel like you're going backwards. And you feel like going backwards. And you feel like going backwards. Right? And it just nothing seems to be clicking. Nothing seems to be clicking. Right? And one thing that I realized here when it comes to your trading is you go through these seasons. Right? You go through these seasons where you work, and you don't get any, and there's no results. In fact, you feel like you're going backwards because you're taking these losing trades and so on and so forth. Now, partially with that there is that if you're not really focused on one really main area in your trading, then you got yourself to blame. If you want to be a professional trader making professional income, right, a full-time income, then we need to treat this professionally, right? Like we need to have some sort of rules of getting into this, of letting the profits run. Like if we actually want to be part of this thing called trading, right? And we want to be part of the traders of the big dogs, right? The $1 million traders, then we must have some discipline of following some sort of plan. If you're just getting in and getting out because you just think it's a good idea, then you know you're not going to be down. It's a losing rope, right? But with you and your trading, and this happened for me so many times, right? I remember losing $250,000. Just some stupid, dumbass mistakes through 3 to 5 years period, right? On the webinar, guys, I'll talk to you a lot more about this. And then I remember going to my father-in-law, and I actually moved in with my father-in-law, and I borrowed $5,000 from him. And the very first night, I stayed up all night trading, and I lost 50%. And my father-in-law said to me, maybe you should go get a real job like everyone else. There's a fast food restaurant like a KFC here in Australia. You could probably become a good. You probably could become a manager there. I think they're paying like 60, 70,000, maybe $80,000 a year. You know, that's a pretty good income, John. Make that in one trade. Anyway, so and so the whole thing about what I'm saying here, guys, is that you're going to go through these periods. But what happens is that as long as you're getting better, are you getting better? Or are you just keep blaming everyone else? Because if you spend the last 6 months jumping from system to system to system to system to system, methodology after methodology after different approach, scalping, swing trading, this trading, indicators, look at the RSI, not looking at the RSI, looking at the Bollinger Bands, looking at this, looking at if you're doing all this stuff, well, you are the blame, right? You are the blame there. And the thing is, the reason why I'm being tough with you guys is because if you've got to be real with yourself, right? You've got to be honest with yourself. If I actually want to do good at this thing called trading, then I need to treat this professionally. Most of you guys right now are losing money, and the reason why is because you have the lack of a discipline to follow one approach. That's all. That's all. Because when you follow one approach, even when you do that initially, guess what? You're going to take some dumbass trades. You're going to have some losing trades. But through a period of 10 or 20 trades, you can look back and you can say, oh, I can see the reason why these were successful. I can see the reason why these were losses. And then your next 20 trades, guess what? You're going to get better. Maybe your first 20 trades, you had a 50-50 win-loss ratio. Heck, probably even worse, right? You probably had a 70% loss ratio and 30% win-loss ratio. And then maybe your next 20 trades of studying those ones, when it comes to the rules, study, analyze what goes into a good setup, what I will look for. Here's the smaller details that I need to look for. Oh, I can understand here, right? And then the next 20 trades, maybe you become 50-50 right? Because you still drop when you're standing, you're still just taking any ordinary thing. And then you get better and better and better and better, right? That's how you get better, because you stick at the process. You don't get better by starting something new, because guess what? Even when you do start something new, right? You can join the webinar below. Even when you do join the webinar below, and I'll show you my trading stuff. Even if we do become coaching clients, right? Which my coaching program's closed right now, so you know you can't join it. Even if we do work together, guess what? You're going to go through a period of time, right, where things are just not going to work out, and there's going to come a period of time where you feel like you're the only person on the planet. And you're going to have a period of time where you're going to have this is this for me moment? Or is this really for me? And I had that moment. My mate had that moment last year. Lost the contract, lost the world ranked title, lost the last couple of fights, had a big falling out with his coach, and almost lost his house. He's been boxing now for, I don't know, well over 10 years. He's had like 80 something amateur fights, and but he said, this is the turning point, right? It's like, no, let's go harder. And then suddenly, boom, things start to happen for you. And the reason why I wanted to bring up my mate is because a lot of you guys are probably in that moment right now, right? Where you feel like, oh man, I feel like giving up. I feel like quitting. If you do, and you're in that moment, the number one thing you need to do is go reach out for help. If it's for my stuff, reach out for me. I can help you get through this, right? Because we've been here before. I know how to get you on this other side to get you at least some sort of rhythm in the markets here, right? And so with my mate, he almost gave up. But with you guys, we all go through these process, right? And I remember so many times I felt like giving up, like, oh my goodness, man. Because there was a period of time there where I was saving money from my job, putting into a trading account and losing that 6 months later. Doing it again and again and again and again. I'm just like, John, come on. Enough. And that's when I had to have And that's when I had to have a hard look at myself, say, listen, John, if you really want to do really well from trading, you got to start to really treat this serious. Like, start treating it with some respect, start treating it seriously. And then when I started to do that and started to go really, really, really hard into one approach, which is what I use now, everything started to change for me. So there we go, traders. Hope this helps you out as well too. If you are going through that lonely time, remember, guys, that, and I look at it, I think about your life as a journey as a trader, right? And this is it. Right now it is winter in Australia. In the mornings it is freezing, and lately I feel like it's been getting a lot colder. And guess what I said? It's about to start warming up. Why? Because it gets its coldest before the warm starts. Right? Before the actual warm starts. So within your life, that's what ends up happening with you as well too. And a lot of traders and a lot of you guys, when it becomes really, 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 really cold, you're losing a lot of money, you don't know what to do, you're confused, you're not really investing in any education because you're trying to do it by yourself, and then you're blowing $50,000, $100,000, right? And you don't know what to do, and you're at that point. Most people just say, nah, trading's not for me, right? And then they quit. But they don't realize that if they just kept going, then on the other side, guess what? It's really cold right now because it's the coldest right now because it's about to start heating up from here. So anyway, guys, join that webinar below. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll speak to you guys real soon.